Welcome to our presentation for Module 14. In Module 14, we work in pair and we have Miss
Amatsupandi Anika
and myself, Musmin Zakia. Module 13 was all about action research. What is a research without having a problem? That's why our problem statement is the relationship between homework and the learning achievement. Why did we choose this problem actually? The reason we chose this problem statement is because we want to know which intervention must be carried out for the subject mathematics and physics for tutoring is unnecessary. The content is introduction, what I've learned from colleagues, clarify my power project, and the story of my power project. Introduction. The main object of this whole research was actually to analyze how the strategies in the school affects a student academic performance and the difference in student time spent on homework. A recent study in the relationship between homework and learning achievement shows that if parents actually engage more in the homework of their children, in this case the students, the learning achievement of them will be better. But it's also so that parents use actually different kind of strategies, different methods to explain to the children. And that's why students are often confused with this kind of different methods. And that's why parents are sending their kids to attend extra tutoring or to the class your child sits in school. Therefore, when you're gonna tutor your children, you consult other teacher or someone who gives extra tutoring. Homework ensures that the students get better grades, and of course, the more time spent on doing homework, the higher the learning achievement of a student. And that's why practice makes everything perfect. What I've learned from colleagues. As we did our research, we stumbled across many obstacles. The first thing was, of course, finding a school that was good for us to do our research there. And since we both are still not teachers yet, we're still pre-teachers, it was very difficult. We had to look like everywhere. And the second obstacle was, of course, getting a permission letter from our OC for our course, because without this permission letter, we could not start our research. We cannot even put our foot at that school. That's why the permission letter was the most important thing. We also showed in this research, it shows us that hard work, patience, and teamwork, of course, pays off. We had a good understanding, of course, with the director of the school. We cannot forget the teacher, but of course, most important, the student that helped us finishing our research. Overall, we've learned that to accomplish something or to achieve something, you have to have patience, overcome obstacles, give and receive feedback, and work as a team, of course. Because together, everyone achieves more.
Okay, now clarifying our power project. The teachers, the students, and the director, they were all involved in our project. The research question that we did was which intervention must be carried out so that tutoring for mathematics and physics is unnecessary. This whole project took place at the Salvator School in class 3B. Our first phone call was on the 1st of February. Our first meeting was on the 15th of February. On that day, we had conversation with the director and we collected the data that we needed. The time that the students took to fill in the surveys was 30 minutes. The data collection completed on the same day, that was on the 15th of February. Why did we conduct this study is because we wanted to know more about how homework has an influence on learning achievement. There were so far no limitations to this study, only the obstacles that was finding a school and the permission letter, but everything cleared out for us. The story of our park. We started our research on the 1st of February with a phone call. In our phone call, the director explained many things. One of them was that we needed a permission letter from the OC to collect the data that we needed. And on that day, also on the same day, during the phone call, we also had an appointment. We already did our appointment. We could only go on the Thursdays to the school and between a specific time. That was between 8 and 9 o'clock and then 10 to 11 o'clock. Because then they had recess or they had gym class. So that's the time that we could go and collect our data. Because the director of the school is a very strict director and she has many rules. So on the 15th of February we went officially, we started our research. We introduced ourselves to the director, to the teachers, and to the students. We told them what we wanted to do and what actually action research is all about, because that's very new to them also. We explained to the students how they have to fill out their surveys. That was not difficult. So they filled out their surveys, and the teacher also had to fill out in a survey. We asked the director for a 3rd grade, and it had to be a B class because we had the subject mathematics and physics that we wanted to research. These 2 subjects are the main subjects in that class, and it will prepare you for your future studies. If you fail the admission exam, then you cannot go to the relevant schools. So you can only go to the MEO or the nursery school, and that is more for the officer or teacher courses. To fill in the surveys, it took 30 minutes, as I already said before. After that, we collected the surveys and we thanked them for their hospitality. After that, we had a little chat with the 2 teachers, stating that they both had the same ideas, and they both stated the same, that homework is needed. The more homework you give to your students, the more they can practice and the more the learning achievement will be higher. And yes, in the surveys we had enough data to write our report, and we couldn't get the footage or interviews because we had very little time given by the director. She didn't want us to come in the learning hours of her students, so we had very little time to finish. The surveys were all multiple choice, So it was very easy for the students to fill it out for us, and so that we can have the data collected. And that was so far our part for the slides. For more information that we have, that's in our project report. We stated all that in our project report.
And thank you.
Thank you.